What is up there, SEO pros? Chase Runner here. Today I'm going to show you something that every SEO should do for their own website, as well as their clients' websites. Now, if you don't know this quick little tip I'm about to show you, hopefully you are going to get some value from this. If you already know it, just stick around. I'm going to show you some things that you can actually do with it. So some of you are familiar with this. What you're going to do is you're going to go into Google and you're going to go ahead and type in site : and the name of the site that you want to look at. So say, for instance, your own website, you would just put in your own website URL. And what you're going to see is a whole list of results of what's showing up for your website. Now, if this website that you're looking at has more than 100 results, or has 500 results, 1,000 results, that kind of thing, you're probably going to want to do some filtering with this, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But what I'm going to actually show you is how to go through this, through what's being indexed on Google, and figure out what's worth keeping and what's not. Now, I'm also going to be telling you why you should be doing certain things within the search results as well. So what I normally do is I cross-check this with something called Screaming Frog. Now, Screaming Frog is a free SEO tool which will let you go ahead and crawl URLs up to 500 URLs for free, and then anything above that's going to be paid. But what you can do is just take your URL, plug it into Screaming Frog, press start, and it'll show you certain errors like, our meta description's missing, that kind of thing. Now, for this purpose, you don't have to crawl all of this. You don't have to do the website. And, for some reason, I'm not sure why it's not crawling the rest of this website. It's kind of odd. But if we go into here, what you're going to see is a ton of different things being indexed. Now, some of the things you want to look at, like for instance, right off the bat, is, okay, are all the business names being included in all the titles? Or sorry, is the business name being included in all the titles? Another thing is the meta description long enough? Is the URL structure working? But more importantly, are these pages worth keeping? And the way I figure that out is by actually clicking on the different pages and then seeing if they're valuable or not. So for instance, account, if I click on this, is this something I want indexed on Google? You can see here, maybe not. So let me go ahead and no index that. The way I do that is I just go find this URL, and I'm going to go ahead and go into my website that's already logged in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit page. And I'm going to go to the advanced tab on Yoast, and I'm going to say, no, search engines should not follow links on this page, and no, I don't want this page indexed. Now, this may be an important page if people are actually looking for their account page on Google. If I go through Search Console and I see that people are clicking on this, maybe I'll want to keep it. But overall, I know probably it's not that great of an idea to keep this indexed. Now, if I keep scrolling through this, I may see other things as well, like, click on these different blog posts and click on these test pages. Okay, this is another page I don't need to keep. And so the reason why I'm telling you that, this is a really good activity to do is you're going to be able to find a bunch of pages on your website that probably aren't adding any value and are probably wasting crawl rates on Google. So it's a good idea to no index them or get rid of them with something like a 410. Now, a 410 is a permanent page no longer available, which is a little bit different than a 404, which is only temporary. So the way you do that is you take their URL that you want a 410, you go back to your plugins, and you download something called 410 for WordPress. You click on that, and then what you're going to do is you're going to create a new 410 by putting in the URL like so. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go ahead and delete the page. So if I go back to the page and I edit it, here we go, move to trash. Now this URL should serve a 410. So like I said, it's really good to go through this and make sure you clean up all these different things that you don't want to be indexed on Google. The next part of this was the quick filtering, like I was telling you before. If you want to be quickly filtering through all these different pages, the best way to do it is to figure out common pages that might be serving problems, like say for instance the word test. This will be all the different test pages, or the word, with the word test in it. So here I can see that I want to get rid of all these different pages. It's really easy to go through and filter this stuff. Another one is like, do I want to keep authors? Probably not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into these different pages, like I said, and then go ahead and make sure they're not there. I already went ahead and did this, so I'm not going to do it again. So this is something that pretty much anybody can do to any website. You could quickly make a few bucks off of going up to anybody who has a website and say, hey, look, let me just look up lawyers in my town. We'll just take a local lawyer. Let's try the actual location. Take this person. Type in site name. Here it is. And if we go through it, we can see 662 results. Now, we already know for a local site that's probably too much. So if we scroll through this, Santa Barbara County Bar Association, let's try something like that. So we can see here they're indexing individual images. This is something that we could immediately say, hey, look, you shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to call them and say, look, you're indexing a bunch of pages on your site that's not really proving any value. There's probably a ton of other things that we could fix on your website. How about we do a quick audit for you, meet in person, and see what we can do to help you out. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's a quick way for you to start going through a site, something that everybody should do for their own websites. Very valuable. Hope you got some value from that. Until I see you all next time, happy SEOing.